Hello, my name is Daniel. Today we're reading Sorrel and the Sleepover by Corinne Avares and Susan Varley. So get comfy and I'll begin. Sorrel had never had a friend who was just the same until she met Sage. They liked the same games, sang the same songs, and said the same things at the same time. They even had the same stripe on their tails. It was the luckiest, most perfect thing to share with a friend who's just the same. So Sage invited Sorrel to a sleepover at her house. It was Sorrel's first night away from home. Mum helped her pack her little nutshell with all the things she might need. "Are you nervous?" asked Mum. "Oh no," said Sorrel, "because Sage and I are just the same." Sage's home was woody and wide, solid and strong. There were aunties in the east nest and cousins in the west. Branches that went on forever, peppered with pine cones and the softest green needles. Sorrel was amazed. Sage was so lucky. Sorrel and Sage snuggled up as the sun went down. "I can't wait to stay at your house next time," said Sage as they fell asleep. But while Sage snoozed, Sorrel squirmed. Her home was not like this at all. Sorrel's home was small and slim. Its branches were broken and bumpy, and it wobbled in the wind. There were no uncles, no grandmas, no brothers or sisters, just Sorrel and her mum. She decided not to invite Sage to a sleepover at her house. Best friends don't have differences, thought Sorrel. She wanted Sage to think they were just the same. But Sage didn't forget about the sleepover easily. She even packed her nutshell. Sorrel had to make up excuses. "We can't have a sleepover at my house because my mum's very poorly. She ate a bad nut. It made her face go green and her nose go red. She needs peace and quiet while she stays in bed. Because 24 cousins are coming to stay. Their bags, shoes and coats take up so much space, there's no room to have friends at our place. Because our root pipe burst yesterday. The plumber said it will take days to repair. You can't stay over, there's water everywhere. We can't have a sleepover at my tree because, sighed Sage, because we've painted it pink. It took us all day, so the leaves are too wet for an overnight stay." "Pink?" said Sage. Yes," replied Sorrel. One day, Sage and Sorrel were playing hide and seek when a breeze brought a flutter of pink petals their way. "Pink! Let's follow them," said Sage, scampering towards the single pink tree. "This must be your home. It's so beautiful." Sorrel was shocked. Sage didn't notice that the branches were broken and bumpy, or that it wobbled in the wind. Her mum invited Sage to stay for tea. "Your pink paint is perfect," said Sage. "Paint?" said Sorrel's mum. "Our cherry tree always grows pink blossom." Sorrel had some explaining to do. "I'm sorry I lied," she said. "I thought if you came to my tree and saw it was so different to yours, you wouldn't be my friend." "It doesn't matter that it's not the same," laughed Sage. "You're so lucky to be different, Sorrel. I don't know anyone else who sleeps in pink clouds." That night, Sorrel and Sage enjoyed the best sleepover yet in a cherry blossom bed. Sharing the same blanket, watching the same petals. They were the friendliest of friends. As Sage snoozed, Sorrel smiled. It was the luckiest, most perfect thing to share something different with a friend who's just the same. Thanks for listening. See you next time.